obviously mainly about video games and such. So how do Muslim countries engage with each other diplomatically as well? The gamer often being like a male figure. I'm Joel.
Talk to us about your course and how long you have been at uni and how it has been for you.
Sure. So I'm a Bachelor of Arts here at the University of Melbourne. I major in politics and creative writing. I've been around since like 2019 technically. I'm still in my undergrad though, because I've sort of switched between full-time and part-time a bit. So I will actually finish my undergrad at the end of this year. So it will finally be done.
Let's talk a bit more about your course. What's the best thing about doing your course, and do you have any tips for people who are interested in doing the same thing you are?
Yeah. So I do politics, creative writing as my majors, of course. That means that, like half my subjects are politics, half are creative writing, and then I guess some others like breadth subjects as well. I've quite enjoyed most of my subjects, I would say. I'm not sure if politics, creative writing is a combination I would recommend to everyone. It's fairly unique to me. I know maybe 2 other people that do something similar. So it's not a combo you come across all that often, but it worked well for me because I wanted to do research into politics and write like research essays and stuff. But I also wanted to, keep up my creative stuff as well and write, short stories and right now I'm writing video games. So that's been fun. It was a good way for me to sort of balance the 2 sides of my kind of writing life, we'll say.
What are your favorite subjects?
In terms of the subjects I've enjoyed the most, I did a subject last year that was called Diplomacy, International Relations in Islam, I believe it was called. And it was essentially like an Islamic diplomacy subject. So how do diplomats from the West engage with like Muslim countries, and also how do Muslim countries engage with each other diplomatically as well? And the course structure was essentially like you look at a different kind of Muslim country each week after you've learned kind of the framing ideas of the subject in the first 2 or 3 weeks. It's an in-depth case study each week, right? So we looked at countries like Pakistan and Xinjiang, which isn't a country, but a region of China, and Libya and stuff. And it was really good fun. And what I really liked about the subject is it was really practical and really detailed. The lecturer really knew his stuff because he was a diplomat that had worked in Muslim countries most of his life, right? And so the assessments were all pretty hands-on. Like one of them it was like a bit of a little model UN type thing where we all had to like role play as a country and work out like a diplomatic resolution to the crisis in Libya, basically. That was really fun. It was probably the only group assessment I've done at uni, which I enjoyed. And the reason being is it was kind of constructed in a way where you didn't have to rely on your group that much, which is good. So that was good fun. There was another, the final essay was also a bit of role playing where you had to like argue for a certain like policy resolution from the perspective of a Muslim country. So I believe that I argued for a resolution to the Xinjiang issue with the Uyghurs from the perspective of Malaysia, and that gave me a pretty good knowledge of the issue, I think. So that was a really good subject. I would definitely recommend that subject to anyone in politics at Unimelb if it's still around. It might not be around anymore, unfortunately, but if it's still around, I would recommend you do it. So that was a really good subject. This semester, as I mentioned, I'm doing 2 subjects I really enjoy. These are both really great subjects. So I'm doing writing video games and live performance, which is a fairly...
That's a subject that's available to me as well. I've been like wondering if I should do it, so I need more details about that.
Yeah, I'll give them to you. So I would highly recommend this subject. It is obviously mainly about video games and such. There is a bit of a live performance aspect to it. It's like a really kind of political and philosophical look at video games and at play more broadly, right? So like, how do we play? What are the conditions that allow us to play? How can we trouble the things that we often see in video games, right? Like how can we trouble the idea of like the gamer often being like a male figure, for instance, right? Like what does it mean for like a female to engage with games, and like is there room for that in video games? And the subject kind of argues, well, yes, of course there is, right? Yeah, so it's all about that. And then the latter half of this semester is kind of dedicated to different types of games. So there's like board games, like open world games, simulation games, like augmented reality games, and you just kind of talk about these each week. The assessments, so there's an essay where you have to like analyze a certain video game, break down its narrative design, and you have to give a monologue as well. That's like the live performance aspect. But it has to be like a gamey monologue, which is a bit weird. So because
That's interesting
yeah.
too.
So one of the ideas of the subject is this idea that like stuff that aren't video games can still be kind of gamey, right? So something like a live performance can still be gamey in some ways, or something like a film can still be gamey in some ways as well. So if you look at, a film adaptation of a video game, then often there's still something kind of gamey about it, right? Like maybe the protagonist sort of develops skills furthermore as the movie goes on. So the monologue also has to be gamey. Which is a bit of a difficult thing to pull off. I certainly struggled with doing that myself for my monologue, but I think the final product I did give hopefully was a good effort, we'll say. And then of course the final assessment is you have to write a video game script or a live performance script. That's what I'm doing right now. I've given myself the extra challenge of just making the video game, basically, because it's going to be a text-based video game. So I don't have to learn too much coding or anything. I have to learn a little bit of coding. A little bit of coding. It's going to be all text, basically. So I figure that will just be my kind of script. And I will submit that. And the teachers told me that's fine. Got the thumbs up for it. Yeah, so he's told me he really likes the idea. So I'm hoping that will go well. That's due in about 2 weeks. So I got a bit of time, and we'll see how that goes.
Good luck for that. Since you're interested in politics and writing, why did you not go for journalism? Is that because you wouldn't be doing as much creative writing there?
So journalism isn't offered as an undergrad, as an undergraduate like major or degree or anything here at Melbourne. It's offered as a master's, I believe. So if I wanted to do journalism, I wouldn't be able to do that until next year at the very least.
Is that something you're interested in?
It's something I might do. We'll sort of see. Because I don't have any concrete plans for my future, really. I'm kind of open. That's why I do lots of things, right? I'm kind of doing lots of things, trying to keep my options open, trying to build as much experience as I can so that I can just leave uni and kind of go into whatever I want. So maybe that's journalism. I obviously already do some journalism now for fhrUZ and a couple other places, so it would certainly be a logical step forward. I guess we will see. I think what I'll do right after undergrad is I might take a bit of a gap year or something, or a gap semester, and then I'll probably do my honours. Don't know what I'll do my honours in. But I think I would like to do honours because I do want to develop my research skills a bit more.